What's going on, people? Welcome back to Nesta TV, and today we're going to be talking about the one and only Arsenal. You already know our struggling Arsenal that just cannot seem to stay in the top half of the table. But today our topic is, do you think Arteta is good enough for Arsenal? And you'll get my answer later down in the video, but I will put it this way. If you want Arsenal to be at the top where they used to be, then I feel like it's safe to say maybe not, because I don't feel like he's taking us to the top right now. Right now we seem to be, dizzling dazzling at the bottom right now. If you want to say, okay, we're in a building stage, if you want to say, okay, we're in a building stage, then you say, okay, we're going to give ourselves 2-3 years to get back on top, then I guess Arteta is the right man for the job. And which side of the fence I'm on the side that, you know what, Arsenal is a big club and we need to be competing right now. We need to be going with the top of the top. Not saying that we should be winning the league right now. First, we got to make our first step that, at least getting back into the top 4 again. I know that people will say, oh, we was doing that for years, but we never used to win the Champions League. But which one feels better? When you used to be in the Champions League, even though we used to lose, it feels better being in the Europa League and still losing. Which, no, this season it feels like we won't even make the Europa League. So I'm on the side that, Arsenal is a big club and we should be competing again. We shouldn't be lowering our standards, and I feel like that's what we're doing right now. So if I'm to say it, maybe he's not the right man for the job. I don't think right now he's good enough. Don't get me wrong, I think he's still a good manager. I see a lot of glimpses, and I hope he proves me wrong. I see a lot of glimpses of his ideas and the things that he's trying to do, but it's like, he's really not getting the best out of the players we have right now. We have a decent squad. Our squad is really not that bad. We have players performing. We have a decent defense, We have Thomas Partey. We have an alright midfield. We have good strikers. We have good wingers. We have good young players. So it's like, what's not clicking? Something is not clicking right now. Like his decision to bring Smith Rowe in the team and having Saka, switching Saka to the right, dropping Pepe and bringing Pepe back onto the left. He makes some good decisions, but when it comes to the one and only Willian, it's like, what's really happening? Like, I don't know what's happening with the Willian situation, but Willian should not be playing Arsenal teams right now. In Arsenal team right now. So I really don't know what's going on with Arteta, but if you look at the clubs that when Arteta got the Arsenal job, Carlo Ancelotti started the job, his Everton job, the same time, which I felt like Arsenal should have gone for Carlo Ancelotti. And David Moyes got the job at West Ham 9 days after. Who is the bigger club out of Arsenal, West Ham, and Everton? Arsenal. But they start the job around the same time. They had to inherit the squad they have. And Everton did more spending. Maybe that's why Arsenal didn't go for Carlo Ancelotti, because they know if they go for Ancelotti, they have to pull up their checkbook. But Ancelotti didn't really make no crazy name brand signing. Maybe names, but price, not so much. The most expensive player Ancelotti signed when he came in was, did he sign Iwobi? Maybe not, but they signed Alan from Napoli for 21 mil, James Rodriguez for like 19, Doucouré for like 18. They had a decent transfer window. It's not like they went to splash 40 and 60. They managed their money good. Look at us. We had to go and drop a 40 to get Thomas Partey, and that didn't make us build our squad the right way. Everton went to get Doucouré, Alan, James Rodriguez. Who else did they get in that transfer window? They got Ben Godfrey from Norwich. And they seem to be doing good. They're above us in the table. Ancelotti's a very good manager, experienced manager. People might say, oh, he's washed up. But, somebody like Ancelotti's a done. All his experience being at Chelsea and in Italy and stuff, all of his trophies that he won. You cannot disrespect Ancelotti. And he is doing way better at Everton than what Arsenal is doing. And he didn't spend no crazy money. He had one budget and he used his money well. to improve the squad. But if you look at it, he didn't go and drop 80 or 60 mil on a player. You know, he just spent this money right. You know, look at him compared to Arsenal now. You know, it's like we don't even know what we're doing as a club. When you look at West Ham now, David Moyes really didn't spend the money like that. You know, they brought in Ben Rama, but this is just lately. But it's like, look at West Ham squad compared to Arsenal squad. You look at, you know, for example, look at Aston Villa squad compared to Arsenal squad. And these guys are doing better than Arsenal. So you try to tell me it's the players, players' fault. You know, like, when you have a good manager and you put a good manager with decent players or good players, you know, you're going to get the best out of these players. Maybe Arteta is not that much of a good manager. That's why he cannot get the best out of the players he have. Because on paper, we have better players than what Aston Villa have. You know, besides, you know, the 1 or 2 players like Grealish. But I'm talking a better squad. We have a better squad than what Aston Villa have. You know, hard to say Everton. West Ham, we should have a better squad than West Ham. They have good players like, you know, Soucek and Declan Rice. But I do feel like Arsenal have a better squad. They're supposed to have a better squad if you go on paper. I don't really like to go on paper because what you do on the field is what matters more. And, you know, I just don't feel like Arteta is getting our players to perform to the level where they need to perform. You know, so that's why we're struggling because, you know, imagine West Ham is in 5th place. You know, Aston Villa is above us. You know, Everton is above us, and they've been performing good. You know, and would you say like, would you really say that Calvert Lewin is better than Aubameyang? No. You know, and it's like, would you really say Alan is better than a party? Doucouré better than a party? No, but the squad they have and the tactics from the manager Carlo Ancelotti is what have them going good. They, you know, they have a bunch of good players, decent players. They have the same backline. Michael Keane, who they had for all these years, he's still playing in the defense. You know, so it's just hard because I know we have a good squad. I feel like if we had a different manager, I would love to see how our players do under a different manager. Maybe like an Allegri, somebody that's going to demand more out of the players. And I don't want to be too harsh because you can have a top manager coming. The league itself is very difficult, so it's not given. You know, David Moyes, he come in and go to West Ham. He used to be at Everton for all them years. He went to Manchester United and stuff like that. You know, you have Carlo Ancelotti. He's been everywhere, win almost everything. So he had the Premier League experience and he have just managerial experience enough to know how to manage a squad. Arteta, he played in the league for all these years. He got to see what it's like playing from a playing point of view. He managed under the best manager in the world. To be honest, top 2, top 3 managers, Pep Guardiola. And so he should see the ins and outs. I know it's different once you're in the hot seat, but he should he should be getting more out of these players, you know. When you're saying Aubameyang, who won the Golden Boot 2 seasons in a row, you know, won the Golden Boot before Arteta came in. You know, you have Saka that's firing. You know, you have you brought in Thomas Partey. You know, you have some decent defenders with Gabriel and stuff like that. And it's not even just down to individual performances, because if you can get your team to click as a squad, as a 11 and the bench players, if you can get that to click, that's what counts more. That's why these teams that not so good on paper is doing good, because the manager is getting these guys to click as a 11, as a starting 11, and his bench players, he's getting them to click as a team. That's the whole point of it. Our manager is not really doing it. So that's the part that really get me upset, because he do have the times, you know, like our team will play good and then our team play good and then our team go right back down. And it's like, it's the same thing. And I don't know when it's going to change, but for me, I don't want to just say, oh, sack him. Who are the managers out there? Pochettino's not available anymore. Nagelsmann is doing his thing. Allegri, he turned on Arsenal already. I don't know if he will come in. Is there really any manager out there right now, just to be real, that Arsenal can go and get? Probably not. Are you going to go try to get a Brendan Rodgers from Leicester? You think Brendan Rodgers is going to leave Leicester? Leicester even elevated above us, besides them winning the league a few years ago. But they're above us now. Not even just in the table, but squad-wise, team-wise, manager-wise. They're doing way better. You know, it's like you're not even looking at Leicester. Look like a team that's knocking on the door for Champions League every season now. I know they missed out on it, but you know, they just knocking on the door. They're always competing up there with the top 4. Arsenal is not a top 4 club no more. You know, so I just feel like he's not getting the squad to click. And I do feel like, you know, compared to a West Ham that's in 5th place, Aston Villa that's above us, Everton that's above us, and even Leeds that just came back to the Premier League for all these years is doing better than us. That should not be. You cannot have a team. Aston Villa just avoided relegation last season. They came 17th place, and now look at Aston Villa. You know what I mean? They came up into the Premier League, avoided relegation, and now they up there in the top 10. In front of us, we're not even in the top 10 right now because we was 10th. Then the teams behind us have games in hand. So by the time they play, you know, Leeds won today versus Crystal Palace, and they push up in front of us. You know, then teams behind us have game in hand. And by the time all of this finish, we're gonna probably be 12 or 13th. So it's either you gonna say, yo, I want my team to be back at the top again, knocking on the door of the Champions League. You're going to say, you know what, this is a 3-year process. You're going to wait 2 to 3 years to get everything to click again. And it's which one do you want? You know, Arteta is like a project manager. He's like a manager. He's learning on the job. You know, so are you there for that? That's what you're here for? Are you here for see a team compete again? We won a bunch of FA Cups, but we're going to be known for the team that just keep winning the FA Cups every year. That's what you want to be known for. Portsmouth won the FA Cup before. Wigan, didn't Wigan win a cup? I think Wigan won a cup one season and got relegated. You know, so it's like, unless you competed at the top, our aim should be to win the Premier League again. We haven't won the Premier League in so much years. That's where we should be again. I know it takes time, but are you going to keep saying this season, last season they say, okay, we're going to give Mikel Arteta time. He got a transfer window. This season, we said, oh, okay, let's give him a full season. We halfway through the season and we lost 10 games already. And 10 games is what we lost the whole of last season. We lost 10 games in 23 games. We still have about a good 14 more games to go. How much more are we going to lose? We don't know. So people, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you feel like Arteta is good enough for Arsenal, or you want to see a better manager? Please let me know down in the comments. If you agree with me or not, just let me know your thoughts about it. But once again, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.